Enterprise TV, a tradition of truth.
Always a pleasure to be on Spotlight, Enterprise TV. Thank you for having me. The federal government is paying subsidy. The federal government cannot say it's not paying subsidy. You don't have to be in finance, you don't have to be in oil and gas for you to do simple arithmetic. What is subsidy? Subsidy basically is a situation where you are not able to produce and so you have to import. When you import based on what you call plats, okay? That is the dollar per barrel. And if you bring it in and dollar per barrel is at a quantum, multiply that simply by the exchange rate that you know has been going up. Even if you say it's 1,000 and you are selling fuel at 500, it's common sense for you to say that you have not added so many other costs. Cost of demurrage, it will come to the MPA. You know, the drought is shallow, it's not getting to evacuating as quickly as possible. You have the modern vessel up there. You have to look for light vessel to go take them, to take them in. And then you pump that in before it now goes into the marketers, who logistically will have to find a way to dispense this through the retail outlets, depot charges, transport, logistics. By the time you put all this, you know there's a wide difference between the landing costs, associated costs, and what is being dispensed at the pump. By far wide. So that subsidy is being paid one way or the other. For to say that subsidy is not being paid will not be very true. Yes, I like to say the truth is bitter in this respect. Now, the truth has electoral fortune, either way or the other. The other side will catch upon it and then use it for campaign promises. And then, of course, we Nigerians, virtually, if you like, we want something near as free as possible, if it is possible. People will tell you that we'll produce the crude. So why can't we refine it here and make it cheap here, without the technology to be able to go excavate, refine, and then put it into what you want to use it for, the final products, which you hardly should be able to see. But for the fact that you go to the petrol stations now, or retail outlets as we call them technically, and you take your kegs, that is incidentally, it will catch fire here and there, but what then do we do? So, in my honest opinion, not only is it that subsidy is there, and the government is not coming to terms and facing that truth. Yes, this government made an attempt to state the truth, but to say that we need to take away the gangerous subsidy regime. But it had so many ratchet effects, domino effects, that needs to be thought of properly, needs to find an avenue to try and produce. And in an attempt to try to do that, we were told that the Port Harcourt refinery was going to come in stream. We saw a one-bam sometime. I think there was a light somewhere, and people said the thing was going to come on. And since then, date of actual come on has been shifted. We also said Dangote refinery. Dangote refinery has been going through a couple of logistics, including fruit getting crude. Our crude that we have done for forward sale, we are not producing enough. So I think we are not being told the truth, the whole truth, and the honest truth, because coming to truth sometimes an ego comes into the picture. But the only way is to come out and say the truth and let the devil be ashamed. Let me say this. Subsidy is there. The quantum of the subsidy is what we need to now establish. As of today, what is being paid at the retail outlets, at the petrol stations, say 500, 600, 700, is far below landing costs because of exchange. The differential is the subsidy. Again, when you have so much opaqueness, when you don't have people coming out to say exactly the truth about what should come, naturally, 5.4 trillion. Is it that we are having more cars, or is it that the quantum of the fleecing is now so high and wide? I don't know, and I cannot know, nor can any other person know, unless you open up and let transparency come into that space. I have always said the president has no business being the Minister of Petroleum, Oil and Gas. No, he has no business. Likewise, I did not believe that Obasanjo, Jonathan in between, and Yaradua and Buhari should be the Minister of Petroleum. Should not be. Perhaps during Jonathan's time, there was a little of an aberration, and we know how we got fleeced. So that whole gamut of the industry, the whole value chain, in terms of what we produce, how we produce them, how we export them, how we get receipts, into the financial arrangement about forward sales, is still very opaque, and people really don't understand. So if people don't understand, it's as simple as, if I don't understand what you are doing, I believe that you are stealing, or you are doing something funny. If you don't make me to understand that 4 plus 4 is equal to 8, and you keep on telling me 4 plus 4 is 10, and 4 plus 4 is 5, and you don't explain to me what has gone in between, whatever differential, I believe that is going under the table. The president should eat the apple pie and should go along with what Winston Churchill did at the height of glory. Yes, I said so. Now, I changed my mind because the circumstances just are not adding up. And these are the reasons why the circumstances are not adding up, including the fears that we have with so-called cabals or no so-called cabals. That Nigeria was fleecing and we could not continue the way we were, and we had thought and made some assumptions that certain things were going to be in place, including the fact that we carried and juggled the two at the same time. I will be honest enough to tell you that from day one, I have always believed that what the president did was bold and audacious. But the character to be able to now implement it in a way, especially seeing the fact that the assumptions that we made were not forthcoming, is in a way to be matching on the same spot in a marshland. You will sing. Nigerians are listeners. Nigerians may be very hard in forgiving, especially the fellow politicians. But Nigerians will really understand the fact that, yes, this is the situation we are in. No. If it is that bad, and I agree it is that bad, Nigerians will be sympathetic when they see that you are also living by example. If you are not living by example, which I guess, okay, is the crux of the matter here. And Nigerians cannot be sympathetic to what you cannot be asking and telling us policy and asking people to tighten their seatbelts, and then you are living larger than life. Yourself, your ministers, that should not be the time for you to have so many ministers. That's not the time for the National Assembly to be buying SUVs. That's not the time for the, subnational government, state governments to be prioritizing, just like the federal government does. That's not the time for you to now be looking at specific sectors and increasing their salaries and asking that labor cannot take. I mean, every other, it begets belief, and the only way is to come out clean. The downside to that is, if you've not gotten it clean, politics may not be very kind to you, and so what? I dare say, and so what? We should be talking about legacy. The point is that the truth is the truth is the truth and is the truth, no matter how you want to color it. A lie and propaganda will always be propaganda and lies, no matter how you want to dress it with borrowed robes. At the end of the day, it is the truth, while you are sweating, that will give you a better legacy than a lie that you have tried to clothe in beautiful clothes that everybody will now see that is going to tear. Even down to your grave, people will still be cursing you. A word is enough for the wise.
Enterprise TV, a tradition of truth.